tomorrow, because that's where I can really tell whether I think you're going to make it in the car business or not. I know there are going to be some nerves and this and that. You're not going to be perfect, but you'll go home tonight, practice in the mirror, practice with one of your loved ones, your sons, whatever, okay, and practice, 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 okay? And you're always going to be perfecting your craft. And that's why when you go out and do your homework, you'll see, and I used to do it on my own. I used to go like 2 to 3 times a week, go to different car lots when I first got into business, and go up and act like I was buying a car just to get how they greeted me and see if there was something I could use out of that. Okay? So I'm always perfecting our craft. We always need to be perfecting it, okay? How do you get to Carnegie Hall, Charles? You know.
Practice.
Practice. Okay? So this is an awesome, there's no career like this. This is one of the last arts to where there's negotiating left. Okay? Real estate, there's really not negotiating left in that anymore. Okay? There's not, pretty much. You put in an offer, whether you get it or you don't. Real estate people, and my sisters, we argue all the time. Well, I don't argue. I just agree to disagree with them. I don't argue anymore. Okay? But most real estate people, per se, are not really salespeople. They're order takers. Okay? I mean, first of all, it's like, you got a house, okay, well, is it in a good school zone or a good school area or whatever, and what's the price? I mean, in the car business, it's a lot tougher, okay, because, you got all these different manufacturers, you got all these different options on cars, okay, all the different prices. I mean, a house is a house. I mean, unless it's using that, which they don't do anymore, but using that cheap Chinese drywall, that was the only thing on homes, right? So, to me, I would take, and here's the deal, remember I was saying about being positive? I would take someone with that's very enthusiastic, that's a dropout from high school, before I would take someone that's a negative person that just has a master's degree from Harvard. If I was starting a company, I would take that positive dropout, high school dropout, before I would take that negative college grad from Harvard. You know why? Because that positive person is going to succeed, and they're going to make things happen. Because our minds is a powerful thing. Well, this isn't see-through, but this bottle is. Hold on. Well,
the other one.
There's nothing in it other than what's on the tobacco. But let's say there's water up to here, or up to here. What do you call that?
Half full.
It's full.
It's all full.
Thank you. Right answer. Correct answer. Society, our negative society we live in, trains us that that's being positive by saying it's half full. Okay, well, first of all, we put people in office and say I didn't have sexual relations with that woman, and I didn't smoke dope, I didn't inhale, I smoked it. Okay, so it just goes to show, okay, this is all the way full, no matter what. It's got a bigger volume of whatever that is, and a volume of air. And if your mindset is always that way, it goes back to what Henry Ford said, but I go a little bit a step above that because I don't think I can, I know I can. How many times if you set a short goal, that you've got to get a certain ticket paid or something done, and if you don't, you're in trouble, how many times have you made sure to get that done? You do, right? Okay, so if we make a bunch of small goals that eventually get us to the big goal, okay? And don't ever underestimate yourself. Don't. You need to aim for the moon, because I'm telling you, if you miss, you still might hit some stars. Truly, okay? So, but just don't put something out there that's, way up there and there's one goal and I got to get there. The human mind we can't keep focused long enough, first of all, on one thing, right? Okay, it's like hyper people like me and him, first of all. I mean, I lose track of what I was saying 2 minutes ago, because that's why, see, predominantly in hyperactive people, does anybody know about hyperactivity? They give them speed to slow us down. So I was always, being in the car business, I always thought, God, that guy's on coke or he's on speed or something. That's just uninformed. If I was, I wouldn't be talking, okay? Because what speeds most people up slows me down. My last time deer hunting, okay, I'm drinking coffee. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to wake up. Stupid me. Next thing I know, I was in the tree. Next thing I knew, I was on the ground. I fell asleep. So the coffee put me to sleep. Okay? Any deer hunters there? I don't hunt much anymore. I haven't really had the heart to since my dad passed. But all right. So, everybody got what I'm trying to get to there?
Okay.
It's all you know, it's all in, you know, in your mind. And if you think you're going to have a bad day, you're going to have a bad day. If you let negatives bother you, then you're going to have a terrible day. If you stand around and stay around and listen to the negatives and buy into it, because every time a person hits this lot, a sale is made. That customer either sells you on the fact that they ain't there to buy a car, or you sell them a car. Now, have you ever went to McDonald's? Say you smoked a joint or something. I'm told that you get hungry when you smoke that stuff, right? Have you ever went to McDonald's just to look at the menu and not order any food? People don't come to this car lot because they love talking to salespeople. Okay? They come here to buy a car. They're in the market for a car, but they've had a bad experience. They're gonna have their guard up. It's up to you to build that relationship and get that guard down. And I guarantee you, if you do it the way I tell you to and the way I have always done it, it's going to be a refreshing experience for them. It's going to be like no other car deal they've ever went to. They're going to love to go buy a car from you. You'll make it fun. I have a blast when I sell cars. Believe me, I do. I mean, it's showtime. I love it because I get so, and I'm telling you, there's no feeling like it. There's no other feeling in the world that can compare to win. Because if you're competitive, you love to win, right? So when you sell that car, you win. But guess what? They win too, because they got their great deal on the car. Okay, remember in the 80s? Well, do you think anybody ever forgot my name in the 80s?
No.
You know who was president in the 80s, right? Ronald Ragan. Okay, so I took advantage of that, I mean, you know, all the way to the hill. So I was even trying to get me a capuchin, not a capuchin, I was trying to get a chimpanzee monkey, because at that time, Ronald Ragan had a movie back, you know, before there, years ago, before he was president, called Bedtime for Bonzo. Okay, and Bonzo was his chimp. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna get a chimp, man. And then that way everybody's gonna, you know, Ronald Ragan, right? Ooh, yeah, you over there, he sells cars. You know, so I sold a car to this one lady who had been everywhere, couldn't get out of it. You know, and we spent like 3 days together trying to get her a deal on a car. Finally, we got her out of this car. Okay, and got her into a new Chevy truck. And then I remember, it was distinctly, it was 1988. I remember because that's when the new Chevy truck come out. They changed the whole design of it from 87 to 88. So the whole design, you know. And we got her in a new 88 Chevy truck. So about 2 weeks later, and see, me and her having that talk, and I didn't really pay attention when I was on the credit app. Rising Sun is what the thing. Rising Sun is what the thing was called, what her business was called. So, but and then we got talking about, you know, I said, you know, I want to get me one of them chimpanzees. And she said, Ron, she said, them things are about $10,000 for a baby, and the maintenance and the upkeep on them, she says, you're better off getting like a capuchin. You can get a capuchin baby for about $3,000. I was making great money back then. I said, yeah, but I can afford that $10,000. I can get me a chimp. She said, I'm telling you, you don't want to do that. So anyway, she gets her car. About 2 weeks later, she comes in walking in on a showroom floor. And I thought she had a baby with her. She's walking in, she sets it down on my desk and gave me a baby capuchin monkey, which back then was about $3,000. Okay. Now I've had people come in and you know, that I got great deals on. They come in, make sure I'm eating right. Okay. I had, when I was stationed outside Whiteman's Air Force Base in Warrensburg, Missouri, I had all these military guys that I was getting financed on cars and stuff, giving them deals. They come in and give me brand new pistols, guns, I mean, all kinds of stuff. And you know, a lot of times you can't turn this stuff down. You make them feel bad. You know, I mean, I felt bad just taking it, but I mean, what do you do? Okay. So I love this business. I love what I do, and I'm going to do everything I can help you to get into this, to share this career with you. Okay, because there's nothing like it, bar none. And we're like a small family. You know, the reason why people think that you're crazy when they say, "Oh, you're crazy. Why do you want to sell cars?" It's because they've never done it. Okay, we don't go out there and tell everybody how easy it is to make $5,000 and $10,000 a month, because if we did, everybody would be knocking down the doors to get in here. Charles himself said that he would have probably never came in here to apply for a car salesman job. Did you not?
I would have never.
Okay, people, we don't go out. Why would we do it? Do you think these guys? Do you think these salespeople downstairs like the fact that there's competition maybe coming aboard? They don't. So when you first get to work, I'm telling you, normally I tell my class, don't talk to them salespeople. They're going to try to neg you out. And then the whole time you're in the business, you're going to have them ones. Am I not right, Vince? You're going to have them